everyone, my name is Kelly Matabe and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's conversation is one that I think many have had. I think many have had this conversation. I know I've had this conversation quite a number of times in my life, and it's really about how the excuses basically that we make for absent fathers, absent baby fathers, baby daddies, and how the responsibility is actually put on the woman's shoulders. Like, she is responsible to encourage and steer and drive, the relationship between the baby daddy and the child. And I just don't get it. I just don't get it. How must I, as a woman, drive a relationship between a grown man and a child and his child? Well, how must I drive it? I don't get it. And a guy born man, it's like a thing. No, you must encourage it, you must do this, you must, like, I don't owe a grown man nothing. I don't owe a grown man nothing. You're a grown man, you have a child, you know what the responsibilities are, you know what is expected of you as the father of the child. Finished. I shouldn't have to go out of my way taking care of everyone, taking care of my children, and then I must add you in the mix so that you can be a present father. I must drag you out of your deadbeatness because that right now you don't want to, you don't know how to be a father, or you don't know how to parent, and you must be forced. Oh, guys, no. Like I said in my previous installment, that really a lot of the times men just show up, and men just show up because society really spoils men. We make excuses for them, even in times when they should be providing. We still make excuses for them when they don't. And not that they can't, not in an instance where they can't, but where they don't, we still make excuses. Next minute, Moto shows up and over a present father, then we must celebrate and fireworks because, hey, here's another present father. I miss me at that festival. Miss me, because I'm not celebrating. I'm not applauding a fish for swimming. I'm not. I have a responsibility as a mom, and when as a father, you have a responsibility as a dad. That's it. Nobody drives my relationship with my child. I drive it. I'm present. I make sure that whatever, I'm there for my child, So why must I then carry somebody else's weight on my shoulders and somebody else's relationship on my shoulders and then get on my lawn and push it and do this? I'm not doing that. And if society is going to say I'm better, then let it be, because I get really great. A woman that can easily move on with her life and be happy and raise her children and glow and live life to the fullest, and as not about the baby daddy, little bit, because she's not chasing around the baby daddy. The baby mama drama, so that you can say, oh no, this is what a woman must do. A woman must hold her family together. We move here. We move, guys. Wait, I've never been like a baby mama drama. I've never been in that category, and I think I think all my cousins, my elder cousins, all of them had kids before me, right? Naturally. So, and none of them, I've never witnessed any baby mama drama from them. I've never witnessed or heard of any of them panali baby mama drama, like ili, boy, you're tibang. Like, I've never, and I think it's such a blessing also, in as much as we, like, when I did family curses, Guys, Lily family blessings thing. They roll down the chain. Like I would never. So I think it's women who are not out here to be begging men for nothing. We don't beg here. Our guys, no. We can't be begging men for things, hey? Especially to be present in their child's life. God, out of everything, that's the one that I could never understand. I could never understand it, and I don't even think I want to understand it, because men are treated like eggs. So like eggs, like flowers, and then Rona, we must be boy mpokoto, the strong ones, the rocks. Why is it not the other way around? Why is the mbokoto not given to the men? They should be the rocks here. Yeah, guys, you can miss me with that narrative. I am not a rock. I am an egg. I'm a flower, guys. You drop me, I'm broken. You step on me, I'm damaged. Like, listen, that like, I refuse to be strong and to be everything for another woman's child. And another woman's child, I mean a grown-ass man. A grown-ass man, not men. A grown-ass man. Ke tla ba strong for yena, ke tla ba everything. Ke ba tlo mo spoil things that don't make sense. No, the kind of spoilings I will do, guys, is gifts and all these romantic things. Not when it comes to a person's responsibilities. Moto must face the responsibilities to high without a woman being put down or without a woman being told, oh, no, this is what you must do. No, guys, this is how we find single mothers that are married. And by single mothers, I don't mean like a woman that got married to somebody else, somebody other than baby dad. I mean mom and dad will get married, but the mom will still be a single parent because she single-handedly does everything for her child. And what does the father do? He just shows up whenever he feels like it, and then the mom does everything else for the child. Because the excuse, and we as women do so much. We do so much to make these men look amazing. We do so much to make them look like they are the providers. Like we make sure, like a woman could earn more than her husband, and I'm telling you, she'll make people believe that her husband is behind everything. Because that's what we do as women. We make our men look like, Bona, listen, nobody tops this man. But in return, the man will really not do much, including with his own children. Yeah, guys, we do the marriage politics. I don't want to get into because I don't know none of that. So I cannot say what goes on in the marriages and things like that. Give me zero. I don't know, but I do know that young couples, really, it's a lot. And this is why you find, after a couple has a child, they break up. Because now you actually see, but this is not the kind of person I want to spend the rest of my life with. Not a man that's going to neglect his child. Not a man that's just going to show up. Not a man that's going to expect me to do all the work. And then he just shows up like, hey, I'm the father. That's it. A man that breaks his own the promises that he makes to a child, guys, no. We cannot support those kind of men. We cannot. We have to call them out. So this is why, this topic, I think, Salia Trendanyana, they go Facebook a while back. And by a while, I mean probably like, I think I saw it like 2 years ago or something, and it was like a question. Why is it that people break up after having a kid? Like having a child really puts like a spotlight. It really shines that spotlight on the things that that didn't matter when, before the child came. They didn't matter, or, those red flags that you could easily dismiss. Because we do that, right? We easily dismiss all these red flags. But then once those red flags, they start becoming this big. And now you can't ignore them. Because now you have a whole other human being that you need to think about. You have a whole other human being along who you have to protect. And if I'm sharing this human being with you, you have to show up. You really have to show up. And by showing up, I mean do your part. Don't just show up. Don't just let me do all the work and then when you come into the picture, No, do your part. Take the responsibilities, and fulfill your responsibilities 100%. Build a bond with your child, build a relationship with your child without me having to push for it, without me having to encourage it, without me having to do all of these. Now I think I get credit with people's relationships. I'm good with nobody saying, oh no, let's give Gela the credit for relationship. Yeah, no, I give Adler that credit. Give me credit for the relationship that I have with my child, for the things that I'm teaching my child, for the love that I'm giving my child. Omong must come to the party and eat a just that, Obviously now I'm talking I'm generalizing because I think I've spoken about what has happened to my baby daddy, but I think it's just so messed up. I think it's so messed up in society that we don't hold men accountable. We don't hold them accountable at all. We don't hold our brothers accountable, our sons, our fathers, our uncles. It starts at home. We don't hold our family members accountable, the men in our families. And that is why when they go outside, they become these men that don't take care of their responsibilities. They're not accountable for nothing. Because here, home. Or it's okay for 1, 2, and 3 to happen. Or we want to complain about the baby mama tabona, which is wrong. We should be able to say, Nabu, go fix your stuff. Go be present. Go take care of your seed. That's your flesh and blood. We have to keep reminding them. If it means we must remind them every day, we must do that. And not expect the baby mama to be the one that's like, no, do this, because at the end of the day, what do we do? Baby mama. And I think, isn't this how the word baby mama, baby daddy came about also? Who came up with it? Who came up, baby mama, baby daddy? In a little, for lack of a better word, I don't know how to get it in, but I think you understand what I mean. But we call, the other parent bitter. We say, oh no, she's bitter. Oh no, she's drama. Oh, what a drama, this one. Why Why is she doing this? Why is she doing that? Moto will come home and say, she's keeping me away from my child. But then what do we do as a family? We believe. And we start bad-mouthing the mom. For what? Ramona Warina is not taking responsibility. Ramona. But I like to say, we don't hold them accountable. So how are they going to be responsible men? I want to say it's tricky, but it really is not. I think I'd be lying a bit if I said it's tricky, because this is, out of everything in the world, this is something that shouldn't ever be tricky. Just do what is expected of you, period. Just be there for your child. Support your child in every way. Support your child. Yes, if you are going through a financial matter and you cannot provide for your child financially, you shouldn't be stopped from supporting your child, emotionally, and still being a present father. Being present doesn't just mean finances, but we focus on all aspects, obviously. Maar if if you're not working at the moment, if you don't have an income, it's fine. Obviously just make sure that you're working on getting that income. But still be a present father. Honestly, I think a lot of fathers as well, they just like, no, she's keeping me away from my child. No, she won't let me see my child. It's like, but I don't know, guys. Seek legal advice or something. Like, seek legal advice and find out how you can go about a situation like that, and make sure that you have a relationship with your child. Period. Like, no, if Mot was keeping you away from your child because your finances have changed, then present that in court and say, listen, Moto is keeping me away from my child because of my finances have changed. Like, I've never been in a situation like that where I took someone to court or somebody took me to court or whatever, so I don't even know what the proceedings in there would be. But I don't think or there should be a law that keeps you away from your child just because you went from being you went from having an income to no income. Now you don't deserve to have a relationship with your child. It makes zero sense to me. And if it makes zero sense to me, guys, it should make zero sense to a lot of people, honestly. Even if it's like 10 people, I don't know. But go try your luck and fight for your kids, and fight the bitter baby mamas, the ones that really don't, the ones that are out to contaminate the relationship and destroy it. Guys, as a society, we must do better. As humans, we must do better. And as women, we must take care of ourselves. In the wake of Ricky Rick's death, like, I think there's kind of like a spotlight on mental health, which is something that people talk about now and then. It becomes a conversation now and again, but we really have to take care of ourselves, and part of taking care of ourselves is really just putting our needs first. Sometimes put your needs first. What fills you up spiritually and mentally and emotionally, also physically, like what makes you happy. Do that. And this whole thing of I must chase a man to be present while it's draining me is not fair. If it makes him happy to be a deadbeat father, why should I not carry on with my life with my child? Why does that in turn make me a better mom or a better woman, a better ex? Because I'm choosing Horna, and I'm not going to entertain this other grown human who really is not held accountable for anything. No, guys, this is why we have stressed women, moto papama 50 years down the line, and they realize how 50 years have gone by and they've been so bitter and so angry. And not bitter in a I wanted that man back or whatever, but bitter in a sense that what, really, to say bitter is really like unfair, but angry and disappointed. For 50 years I carried this anger because of I was expected to do 1, 2, and 3, and this person did nothing, and I had to do everything myself for our child. And then now after 50 years, and I want my home, I want my kids, I'm dying. Like, did you not know you're gonna die, dude? Did you not know? We all know we're gonna die someday. That's the reality. If that's the one certain thing in life. We are all mortal. We are all going. No one is staying. Young, old, male, female. Listen, we're all going. So if when you want to do things only for 50 years later, you want to be like, oh, I'm dying, I want to make things right with my kids, you're very unfair. And emotionally, for me, that should count as emotional abuse, because now you've neglected me for 50 years, and then you want to come back to me, and then you want to say, my child, I'm sorry, and then Kausani, you die. That's not fair, because you've deprived me of having a relationship with you. You deprived me of having a relationship with you. And if the mom is like, I don't want my kids going to that man, then it's like, oh no, just let them go. Ke papa bona after all. Like, but this is a fact that this person has known all of these kids' lives. He knew ke papa bona, but he chose to not want them. He chose to leave. He chose to be a deadbeat. He chose to enjoy life and grooves and all of that were more important than his responsibilities. So why must I then now come to the pity party when Moto's on his deathbed and it's like, oh, here are your children? It's not fair, guys. And emotionally, it's heavy. And that's why after some these kind of incidents, you find people on like abasale shapo mentally. It really messes them up that you're not okay. Now you have to start going to therapy for like 20 years because of this one selfish person. No, guys. Let's really let's put our mental health kopele and take care of ourselves and really just show up for ourselves before other people. And if like the people that we must show up for on a regular, and by show up I mean really take care of the responsibilities, as our kids. Everybody else, guys, is secondary, hey? Honestly. But anyway, those are my thoughts today. I hope you guys took something from that. And I hope it helps somebody who's like hanging by a thread because of being called baby mama, being categorized under the whole baby mama drama narrative, and the father who wants to be present but is being kept away from their child. I hope you find a way around that. I hope you really find a way to fight for your child in a healthy way, so that you don't lose all these years with your child, yeah. That's it for me today, guys. I will see you guys next week. Have a great day. Oh, well, the rest of the day. Yeah. Have a great week, productive week, money-filled week. Yes, guys, God bless you, and happy Monday.